Good morning. It's Brunch with Brian time, your daily live stream, your morning helping of positivity. You know, you're thinking about success thinking, success programming. We want to keep you guys super positive. And so that's why we bring you this time every day, every weekday, and to keep you using the law of attraction to stay on a positive track. Expecting success is a huge part of being successful. So that's what we like to talk about. Today's kind of a special day for me. It's my mom's birthday. It would have been her 89th birthday. That's why I'm determined to live to 100, because I want to really be in my kids and my grandkids' lives and that for a long time and be a positive influence on them. And so my mom was a huge positive influence on me, and she was the biggest influence on me in my life. I was really a lot like my mom. This is actually a really special memorial book I made for my mom. Actually, that was a picture of my mom, and she was really, really special. And I know everybody's mom is special, but of course she was real special to me. And I made this book for her. And what was really cool, guys, is that I made this about 5 years before she died. And so we actually had a big, huge dinner, and all the kids came and everybody came, and we went through the book. So instead of doing it, at the funeral, she got to really appreciate and enjoy it. And so this was one of the neatest projects I ever was involved with or made or created. These are pictures of her when she was a kid. And this is my grandma. Now, my grandma was a huge influence on me. And really, it says Ruth Eckhart, elegant, wise, beautiful, forever giving. We all loved her so. So my grandma, my mom's mom, was a huge influence on me. Probably the person who has the second most influence. Of course, my dad had a big influence, but maybe the third most influence on me. And then my grandpa. And he was so neat, gentle and true, a true gentleman. So he was a great person, really kind. And some more really neat pictures. And then we had 5 kids. These were us when we were growing up. That's us looking out the window waiting for mom. Yeah, you probably can't see that, but it's pretty funny. And my mom was really, really special to me. And then each of the 5 kids wrote a special letter, one of her friends. And so this was my oldest sister, who I've talked about with you guys before. She's not with us anymore. Karen, and Chris, my older brother, who it was just his birthday on the 10th. And then here's my little letter. Now, mom wrote a storybook, a kid's story about us when we were kids. And she drew pictures for all of us. And I was Brian the Lion right there. And then my sister Trish, my younger sister Trish, who's a doctor. And then this is my younger brother, John. So all of us. And then Lynette, of course, she was really close to Lynette. So we have some really neat pictures of her with Lynette. And we all wrote her, really special memories. And my mom was so awesome. And, here's some neat pictures of her towards, a little bit later in her life and that. But she was really special to me. And this was her and me. I know I'm sharing a lot of stuff with you guys here, but this was my page with her right here. And that's some pictures of her and me when I played Santa Claus. I did this really cool Santa Claus job. And then she was really close to Lynette too, which was really special to me. I'm going to come back to that in a minute because I want to touch on some other stuff today, our normal stuff. I got a little, I was thinking today when I was eating breakfast, I was thinking, who would be the best actor to eat eggs with? Kevin Bacon, of course, yes. And so it's National Bacon Day today. So I actually have some bacon jokes. How's that? Why did the pig go into the kitchen? Because he felt like bacon. Okay. Why did the meat packer get in trouble? Because he was bringing home the bacon. Okay, so that's some funny bacon jokes. It's National Bacon Day today. It's all I always like to go through the national days just because it's kind of fun and sometimes it gives us a joke or two. So it was Lemonade Day, and sometimes this is like special to you. Sometimes lemonade is your favorite thing in the world. You didn't even realize it was National Lemonade Day. National Radio Day. I used to listen to the radio. The most listening to radio was I used to listen to the Minnesota Twins games in bed at night with a little transistor radio when I was supposed to be asleep. So that I used to listen to the radio. A lot of you guys used to love the radio, and we listen to the radio now. A lot of us. Bacon lovers and medical transportation day. So those are people that are very important now. A lot of people getting hauled around with COVID, from for hundreds of miles. So that's a big thing. And it's Virtual World Day. My son Kale loves the VR stuff. So that's that crazy VR. If you've never done VR, I'm telling you, you should really do it. He bought this really elaborate setup, and you can go anywhere in the world. You can go to your old houses. You can go right to your old house, and you're like flying through the air and everything. And this virtual reality is so wild. And there's a mountain right near us called Red Mountain that I've never hiked up because it's on Native American land, and it's restricted and there's rules and stuff. We're still gonna do it. I'm still planning how to get this done because I really want to hike actually up there. But you can go right like up there, and it's all on Google Earth, or whatever. So it gives you pretty good imaging, and it looks like you're hiking right up Red Mountain almost. You can get really close and stand right on top of the mountain. Feels like you're falling off if you go forward. So it's wild, and you fly all around. It's really cool. So VR, virtual worlds, that can really bring you back because you can go to your old neighborhood. You can go up and down the streets in your old neighborhood and look at the houses and everything. So pretty neat. VR, virtual worlds. That's really neat. Okay, and there's not a lot of famous birthdays that correspond with my mom's birthday. H.P. Lovecraft was born today, and there's a pretty neat series. There's only been one episode, but if you like HBO, and HBO sometimes comes out with some interesting series, they have this thing called Lovecraft County, and it's real weird. But it has a interesting story kind of enmeshed in some kind of wild science fiction stuff going on. There's only been one episode, so I don't know too much about it, but the first one was pretty intriguing. So if you like Lovecraft and science fiction stuff, pretty good show on HBO. There's only been one episode, so you can catch up real easy. On this day in 1940, Churchill said his famous saying, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so few to so by so few by so many to so few." I didn't want to blow that quote because it's very meaningful. And that is when Churchill, of course, was talking about the Air Force, the RAF, and how they defended the country and risked their lives and basically staved off invasion by the Nazis. So that's pretty amazing. So I just, I wanted to come back to my mom. I want to do lessons for every day. And I hope I can, Ran, try to remind me to do this at the end, because we talk about a lot of things, but I want to wrap it up with something that we can hang on to and say, okay, that's something I'm going to think about going forward. And when looking at my mom's book that I made, one of the things that really strikes me is, I hate to say this, but I'm closer to the end than I am the beginning now. And probably a lot of you guys are in that same position. And so you're starting to think about, how am I going to be remembered? And especially by your kids, because when you're gone, how are you still? The only place you're still alive is in the memories of those people who remember you and hopefully love you. And so I want to be remembered and loved the same way I love and remember my mom right now. And so I think it's really important to be kind. And kindness is the biggest thing that you can be remembered for: kindness and cheerfulness. If you're a grouch all the time, you don't want to be remembered that way. You want to be remembered for being kind, cheerful, and as much as we are all have different levels of success and everybody has different opportunity sets and different things in their life, as much as you can be successful monetarily, that's helpful for your kids as well. And we are leaving the kids some nice things financially, so that's a big plus. But so much of it is when they think of you, when you're gone, and the thought of you comes into their mind, you hope that they smile and think loving thoughts, and that they really love and miss you. And part of that, I mean, that comes down to how you were when you were alive, and how loving and giving and generous and kind you were. And sometimes we all get so busy and stressed out by stuff that you can snap at people and you can not be your best version of yourself. That's one of the reasons I talk about role control a lot, guys, because if you're all stressed out by your job, that's one role. But then if your kid walks in, you have to be able to switch out of that role in a second, or else you're going to be all grouchy to them or preoccupied, and not the you that you want to be in that moment. So controlling the you that you are in the moment, and being kind at the right moments, and giving and generous of your time when you can be. And that's the thing. Even scheduling time. See, that's a thing that most of us don't think so much about, but scheduling time to do things. And I am remiss at that, sadly. And I've been thinking about this, and I'm thinking I want to like take a special time for each kid, and like at least like once a month go out to a special dinner with just each kid. You know, that's a lot because I have 3 kids. And so, but that wouldn't that be memorable? And wouldn't that be something that they'd always remember? I've been reading about the things, like my sister Karen said, the things she remembers about my mom, and like when she helped her when she gave birth to her babies and all this other stuff. And that's so important, you know, and you do really want to be remembered fondly and lovingly. And part of it is what, you know, how much you can be unselfish and giving to other people. And I don't know how I had the time to create this, because this was obviously a massive project. I mean, I had to get everybody to write letters, and I wrote my own letter, and I put all the pictures in. This is a lot of design work. And I'm so glad I was able to do this. This was a memorable thing I was able to do for my mom and my family. So maybe the rest of the siblings, my 4 brothers and sisters, would also remember that, wow, Brian did something nice for mom. And I have this little poem. And I guess my lesson for today is to be kind and giving, and remember that people will remember you by what happens each day. And sometimes you don't think about it in a historical sense because you just live in your life. But, you know, people remember what you say and do, and the more kind and loving and generous and giving you can be, the better. And that's a big, so that's a big reason why you want to be successful, and focus your time and energy and schedule, and overcome whatever mental obstacles you have, and figure out how to seriously make some good money, because that's a memorable thing. If you can leave your kids money, that's helpful for them, you know, in the long run. We all want to help the kids. Ode to Mom. Oh, wow, this is pretty dramatic. I'm not sure. Do you guys want to hear a very dramatic poem? Ode to Mom. It's not really a poem, but it's just, okay, ode to my mom. Ode to Mom. My very life was formed inside you. My childhood life was formed beside you. My adult life was formed with you always at my side, if not in body, in spirit. Now your spirit lives inside me. Your sense of fun, your sense of humor, the compassion, the competitiveness, the sensitivity, the intensity, the perceptiveness, the pretentious vocabulary. You've always been able to talk to me, whether I was 5, 15, or 35. We could always look into each other's eyes and know the kind of secrets only kindred spirits share. I will always treasure the talks. I am a better man for having known you. I am a better husband and father for having been your son. Thank you for your life. Thank you for my own. Your son, father of your grandchildren, kindred spirit, I will love you always, Brian. So that's my mom. So live with joy, guys. That's what I could say. Live with joy as much as you can. Enjoy your time and keep expecting success. Getting the best training on success and happiness and real estate with us. And guys, always keep taking action. Okay, we'll see you on Thursdays Live with the Wolves at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time later today.